What's up, gang? Hey man, I got another banger video to respond to. Alright, so this chick was actually calling out other narcissistic women and things that you need to watch out for, so it's a must watch for you guys. So make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, if you haven't done so already, jump into the CLG community. It is less than $48 a month, less than $500 a year with the 20% discount, and you also get a free one-on-one call with me as soon as you jump in. Just DM me as soon as you jump in, and you get access to the hard 30 for free if you jump in before August 25th. So I can't wait to see you guys inside. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video.
Today I want to talk to you about one of the female narcissist's biggest cons, which is playing the role of the damsel in distress. You need to understand this is a strategic move to manipulate and control other people, because by presenting herself as vulnerable, helpless, or overwhelmed, she appeals to the protective instincts of those around her, particularly empathetic individuals who feel compelled to offer support. This role not only garners her sympathy, but also deflects attention from her manipulative tendencies, and it allows her to maintain a facade of innocence. Her supposed helplessness creates a dynamic where others are emotionally invested in solving her problems, giving her both control and validation. Meanwhile, any attempts to hold her accountable for her actions can be dismissed as unfair or cruel, as she positions herself as too fragile to bear the criticism. This calculated performance ensures she remains the center of attention while delegating responsibility and effort to others, perpetuating a cycle of dependency and control.
That probably sounds like a girl that you guys ran into. You know what I mean? The girl that acts innocent, the girl that acts like she's helpless, the girl that acts like she's hopeless. A really good movie that portrays that is a movie called Cruel Intentions, where the main character, or I think the main character was Sebastian, right? The guy, the main character. I don't want to ruin the movie for you, but just watch that movie, Cruel Intentions. Cruel Intentions really shows how dark some women can be, because Sebastian's sister was one of those girls who act like she was completely innocent, good girl, great GPA, all of this stuff, but whole time she was a manipulative, scheming bitch, like the whole entire movie. So if you have never watched that movie, watch that movie. And then for all you guys that's in the CLG community, watch that movie, and maybe you can learn a thing or two from Sebastian. Now, Sebastian in that movie was the playboy. He was the player, but he did it for sport. You know what I mean? He wasn't necessarily like looking for love or nothing like that. He was just one of those guys that he liked hooking up with women for the sport of it. You know what I mean? He liked having sex with women just for the sport of it. He was like a catch and release guy. So the more difficult the woman was, Sebastian would basically pull out all of his tools out of his toolbox. They just rich kids that just get bored, right? But that's a good movie to watch, and I've ran into this person. I know some of you guys have probably heard me talk about like the ex porn star who you know, was coming off as like this super innocent chick who was like, you know, cute little innocent white girl, does no wrong, things like that. Whole time, you know, she was a alcoholic, got kicked out of her family's house for drinking too goddamn much and getting in too much trouble. Was an ex porn star, was an ex stripper, was all of this stuff. But she knew that she looked like an innocent white girl, so that's the card that she tried to play. But what ended up happening is, when I didn't fall for that shit, she would get really fucking upset with me. Like, that I didn't fall for the bullshit. That I didn't fall for the fact that, like, I didn't believe the innocent white girl act. You know what I mean? Because I done been around the block too many times. I done seen too many girls like this. And then when it came out, the fact that she was a porn star, an ex-porn star, she lied about it until I basically got her down to like, bro, I had to actually say her porn star name. And then she just like, well, you know, that was my past and my parents kicked me out. And she went right back into the innocent, you know, oh, poor me, the world is against me mindset. You feel me? That's exactly what she went into. And then my ex-boyfriend, he was a drug addict and he made me do stuff and blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Yada, yada, yada. And the story would always change. The reason why the story was always changing with her is because she was a fucking lying bitch, bro. Like, that's all it is. So when people say these words, manipulation, all this stuff like that, really what they saying is these women are lying motherfuckers, right? They're lying to you to get an outcome from you. They're trying to get something out of you based off of a lie. That's what manipulation is. They're trying to lie to you as if they're good, innocent girl. You know, nothing they have done, everything has happened to them. And it's not just a one-off thing. A lot of women play this role. So, because guys who actually deal with a lot of women, we know a lot of women play this role. My question to you guys is, who's the true narcissist? Right? They always call their ex-boyfriends narcissists. They always call every guy that they run across as a narcissist. But you tell me, who's the true narcissist? How many? I've met more female narcissists than I have met male narcissists. And that's 100% fact. I've met more female narcissists than I've met male narcissists. I've met more female manipulators than I've met male manipulators. I've met more female gaslighters than I've met male gaslighters. I've met more females in all of the negative things that females say about men than I've met in men. Now, have I met men that are like this? Hell yeah. I would consider Grant Cardone along those lines, right? Is a manipulator, gaslighter, stuff like that. I worked for the guy. So I'm not saying that men don't have these traits. Yes, men have them as well. But out of all the guy friends that I've had and out of all the fucking girls that I've dealt with, I would say the girls outweigh the guys a lot. Like a ton. And you gotta understand, I'm talking, bro, the high school that I transferred to, my junior and senior year, or well, I've transferred halfway through my sophomore year, my junior then senior year, the high school that I transferred to, that was an all-white high school. The college that I went to was a private liberal arts all-white college here in Minnesota, and that's why the video looks different because I'm shooting in Minnesota. And the elementary school that I went to was a white elementary school because my mom wanted me to go to white schools. Now, the middle school that I went to, my mom thought it was a white middle school, but it was a hood-ass middle school because it was a brand new middle school. It was a brand new built middle school, but it was in the middle of the hood of Sanford. So that's where I met all the Sanford niggas. You feel me? So the middle school I went to was hood as fuck. You feel me? Middle school, we was fighting. We was doing all kind of fighting behind the portables. Shit got crazy in middle school. And then my first 2 years of high school was more of a blackish mixed kind of school. You feel me? With the people from my hood went to my high school. The first 2 years of high school, the people from my hood went to the LA, Little Altamont is what they call it. Went to the high school, the first high school that I went to. So I done seen it all, bro. And you gotta understand, there was a point in time. So I was born and raised in rougher neighborhoods, in the hood, as you would call it. And then there's a point in time where my stepdad, he was driving trucks. I don't know what he did. He don't ever talk to me about his businesses and stuff, but I guess he owned his own truck and trucking was going real well. So we moved into a gated community for a short period of time, a few years out of my life. So I done been on both sides. I done been in the hood, I done been in the gated community, then I done been back to the hood. So I done got a whole bunch of friends that are men, and I got a whole bunch of friends, or I got a whole bunch of girls that I was fucking that were women through my whole life. And I'm not just talking about hood rats. I'm talking about good PWI, primary white institutional colleges, high school, stuff like that. Good girls that will trick the majority of fucking men. Girls that will trick the majority of men. And they have the same issues that motherfucking black girls have. But they just get the benefit of the doubt because they got white skin. So then some of these girls you'll run across and you'll see them on Facebook, and then they'll have 3 kids with 3 different baby daddies. You know what I mean? So the black girls just say what the fucking white girls do and talk about, right? Just like I met white drug dealers, right? I met the most nerdiest white kids you'll ever meet with 50,000 cash sitting on his motherfucking table, right? Got robbed by one of my homeboys, but still, $50,000 cash just laying around his house because he sold drugs. You feel me? Nerdy little goofy ass little white boy. Sold drugs. Knew the nigga that robbed him and didn't do shit about it. And saw the nigga that robbed him, which was a kid that I was kicking it with in Minnesota at the time. Kid used to rob banks. Asian gangster, all tatted up and shit. He saw the kid that robbed me and said, "You robbed me, man. I know you robbed me." He's like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch. What you gonna do?" And then he ain't do shit. Basically, the gangsters told him, "Shut the fuck up. What you gonna do, bitch?" And he didn't do shit. So I was just like, God damn. So at the end of the day, you can't put nothing past nobody. Like, You would look at like a good little white good girl and you would think, oh, she can't do no wrong. No, there's no way she can be a narcissist. Just like you would look at a nerdy ass little white boy and you'd be like, no way he can be a drug dealer. Never put nothing past nobody, bro. You feel me? And that's what we go deep into that in the CLG community. Never put nothing past nobody. You get where I'm coming from? Nothing past nobody ever. You get so. And you also got to understand, just because you put a lot of effort in, see, this is what a lot of guys do. A lot of guys, they don't have a process. They don't have a script. They don't know female nature. They don't know nothing, right? So a lot of guys, what end up happening is, especially if you don't got CLG, this is what will happen to you. A lot of guys will talk to thousands and thousands and thousands of women and will get zero results. And I'll tell you why. Is because when you don't have a process as a man, what ends up happening is the women that do click with you and the women that do like you, you fuck it up because you don't have a process to put them through. You get what I'm trying to say? So like the women that are actually down to do something, you fuck it up because you don't have a process to put them through. And the more women that you talk to, a lot of people don't understand this. If you don't have a process, the more people that you talk to, you actually become worse. You don't become better. You only become better once you have a process, and then you become good. Let me tell you why. And this is also why the CLG community is very important. I'm going to tell you why this is true. Happened to me in the car business. When I sucked in the car business, when I was trash, because I was trash, I was able to talk to a bunch of clients because I wasn't closing any fucking deals. Every client was leaving and I just was believing what the fuck they were saying. They'd just be like, oh no, we don't want to test drive today. We're just gonna, you know, keep looking around. But hey, CJ, you were really great to talk to. And then I'd be like, all right, here's my card. And I talk to the next client. And they'd be like, oh, they'll drive it. They'd be like, oh, it just doesn't fit, what we're looking for. But we're gonna look around and say, okay, here's my card. Talk to me. Then I talk to the next client. I was actually talking to more clients and basically still was trash as fuck. But I was able to talk to more clients because I was trash and I wasn't closing the clients that I was talking to. Does that make any sense? When you closing deals, you talk to less people because you're too busy closing fucking deals. You get what I'm trying to say? So, and what ends up happening is, because you don't have a process that actually works, every single client, you keep trying to come at the next client with a different approach. And you don't know if you're getting worse or better because you're getting no fucking results. You get what I'm trying to say? You don't know if you're getting worse or better because you have nothing to compare it to. Like you literally, I've met guys, I promise, I kid you not, they'll talk to thousands of women and they'll get laid once every blue moon, once every 2 years or some shit like that, once every 3 years. Imagine talking to thousands of women and only getting laid once every 3 years. That's because the women that did feel you fucked it up because you tried to switch it up. Because I'll give you an example, right? This whole direct first indirect thing, right? And I had a boy that went through this, and this is why he sucked with women. I told him, I said, the best approach is always direct. But people who talk to a bunch of women, they always try to go indirect eventually because they're not getting results. But what ends up happening is they fuck around and go indirect with a girl that is actually feeling them, that does like them, and then they turn that girl off too. So they switch between the two, and that's what fucks up their results. For example, if I tell you to go direct, and direct is the best way, or basically moving things forward is the best possible way, what would happen is a guy will talk to about 5 girls. He won't have the CLG process. He'll be more direct, but those particular 5 girls was just being nice to him, right? And he's not in the CLG, so he doesn't fucking understand the psyche of women. That women are such great manipulators that even when they're being nice, a lot of men can misread it as high interest. The only thing that the only way a woman is truly giving you high interest is her compliance to you. That's it. There is no other dictator. There is no other measure of high interest. There is no other measure. Because women are really fucking good at making guys think that they like them even though they don't like the guy. I've met women that flirt like crazy. I literally had a fucking trainer. She was a good looking woman, but she would flirt with every fucking man. Hard. Every man would think that they had a chance with her. And then as soon as the man leaves, she'll be like, oh my God, he's so unattractive. I'd be like, what the fuck? I thought you liked him. Like, cause she was honest. She thought that DeSantis was attractive, probably cause he had status and he was the fucking, governor of the fucking Florida or some shit. She's like, DeSantis is so attractive. DeSantis is I think every man is unattractive, but DeSantis is like below unattractive. If that nigga worked at Walmart, you would think that nigga was the ugliest nigga in the world, but she was a status girl. So she would flirt with a guy for about 20-30 minutes. The guy would think he had a chance. As soon as he left, she'd be like, oh my God, he's so unattractive. Like, oh. And I'd be like, damn, the way you was talking to him, I think you would like him. She's like, no, I'm just nice. I'm just nice. You know what I mean? Like, I was just being nice. Like, it's like a girl thing. Like, we're just really nice. And then she fucked around and told me, she said, sometimes we're nicer to the guys that we don't like. Sometimes a girl is actually fucking like over the top flirty, like with a guy they don't even fucking like. You get what I'm trying to say? The reason they do that shit is because it's like practice to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like they got nothing to lose with that guy. Like, they don't give a fuck about that guy. One of these days I'm gonna show you a video of a girl doing this shit. A girl's like, oh, how I act around a guy I'm not attracted to at all. She's like, oh, hi, oh my God, your shoes, oh my, like just fucking over the top fucking bubbly with this guy, right? And she was like, how I act with a guy that I'm super attracted to. She's like, oh, hey. And like trying to be all fucking stuck up and shit. Because at the end of the fucking day, bitches are natural fucking manipulators, bro. Some bitches don't want the guy that they really attracted to know that they attracted to that guy. But what happens to guys is they will fucking start out being direct, right? And let's say they be direct to one woman. And then that woman who was acting like she was showing high interest, as soon as they got direct with her, she's like, oh, no, I'm not interested in that. Oh, no, I'm not interested in that, right? And they'll do that to 5 women, right? It's just that those 5 women wasn't just feeling you like that. That's all it was, right? Because women are extremely picky and they have their type, and whatever their type is, it doesn't matter how attractive you are, it's their fucking type, right? She might like a guy that's thicker with a little bit of weight on him. I know girls that said that to me, like, you're attractive, but you're not what I go for, and they like a thicker kind of, like a kind of chunky motherfucker, but he just thicker than me, like, you know what I mean? But like, that's what the fuck they looking for. So if I don't fit that criteria, she ain't gonna throw me no pussy. But the reason I can get to the point quicker is because at the end of the day, the CLG process is gonna force the girl to show you her true colors. It's gonna force the girl to show you her hand. And then you know for sure instead of fucking guessing. Because if a girl is feeling you, she's going to fucking follow. She's gonna allow you to take her through the CLG process. If she feeling you like that, she's gonna allow you to. If she doesn't allow you to, she not feeling you like that. So you calling her fucking hand. So back to what I was saying. You'll get a guy. He'll go out. He'll approach. He'll do direct. And then as soon as he direct, he thinks he getting high interest, but she just being nice. And then she shows her cards, and she shows that she's not interested. She shows her cards, she shows that she's not interested. She shows her cards, she shows that she's not interested. So then the guy's like, damn, man, I talked to 5 girls, man, and none of them want to fuck me, man. This direct shit ain't working. I'm going to start going indirect. And then he'll talk to 5 girls, still won't get no pussy. But he don't know that the next 5, 2 of them bitches would have been down to do something with him. But he's so indirect, the bitch get bored with him being indirect. She over here giving this nigga sign after sign, staying in the conversation, fucking vibing with the guy, fucking doing everything. And now he don't move nothing forward at all. He don't do shit. He don't follow the process. And the CLG teaches you when to actually go for a sexual move too, right? I got compliance tests in there. I tell guys exactly when to go for the kiss, exactly when to do this, exactly when to do fucking everything. But they don't fucking know that because they allow the other bitches' disapproval to affect the new bitch's approval. But what I always tell guys is always stick to the fucking script. Cause you are the constant. You feel me? You are the fucking constant. You have to always stick to the script. Because basically what you're looking for is you're looking for a girl that vibes with you. Because girls, a lot of people, they always want to ask me words. What did you say? What did you say? What did you say? Like I went out with one of the CLG guys and every interaction that I was in, like the girl was into me, like she was seeing her eyes like light up. I was like down to pull her, but it was just some stuff like that. It was like stuff like I could have pulled the girl, but she didn't want to leave the friend. And then he was like asking me questions. What did you say? What did you say? What did you say? What did you say? And that was like his questioning. Like he thought that what I said actually mattered. What you say only matters for like when it's time to actually pull or some shit like that. There are certain word tracks that you can say that increases your chance of pulling, but when you're doing the fucking 80-20, what you say doesn't really fucking matter. Because all you're looking for is to see if the girl is vibing with your personality. And she can tell that very early when you open your mouth. She can kind of tell if she's going to vibe with your personality early. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to keep changing your fucking personality with every fucking chick that you talk to. Because you're hoping that this girl vibes with you. You got to understand, some girls like goofy guys. Some girls like guys that are more serious. Some girls that like guys. The thing that works the best for you is what you actually naturally are. That's why I teach the fucking CLG community, so you can stay within what you actually are, so that you can actually attract the bitches that like you long term. I'm a rotation guy because fucking pump and dump is extremely fucking hard. You gotta always keep going out and getting new fish. What I do is I just approach the bitches that I can see fucking a long time, and then I use the process on them, and then I keep them in rotation for as long as humanly possible. Unless after I fuck them, I don't like their attitude, then I kick them out of fucking rotation. And when you got a solid rotation, then it gives you even at more ease when you go out and do more fucking random girls that you meet at grocery stores and just being out and about. Because you have a rotation of bad bitches. You get what I'm trying to say? But what guys don't understand about pickup is, and I hate to even call it pickup, because I feel like if you say pickup, motherfuckers think it's a fucking science or an art. I hate to even call it pickup because at the end of the day, the words don't matter as much as you think they matter, because what the girl is looking for is what she feels when you're talking. Basically, vibing. Girls don't care about the words. Bro, you can be talking about the fucking sky. You can be talking about the desert. If she likes what she feels when you're talking, right? Like, I can say one word one way. The other guy can say the same word, but it's just different from that guy. You get what I'm trying to say? Some guys naturally are more seductive when they talk. They be like, hey, what's up? Hey, oh, damn, man, look at that sky. Oh, yeah, that shit beautiful, ain't it? Like, some niggas talk like that. Some niggas is goofy. Be like, oh, my God, yeah, I was like fucking like out and I just saw like a fucking sky and blah, blah, blah. Like, they talking about the same shit, but she can tell the vibe by the way the nigga open his mouth. She can tell if you the surfer guy, the surfer drug addict guy. She can tell if you're the proper, well put together guy. She can tell if you're the fucking player guy. She can tell whatever the fuck it is. What I say is stick to whatever the fuck your style is, because the women that you're gonna attract, they're gonna fucking fall in love with you and stay with you long term because they already knew what the fuck they was getting off the rip. That's why the CLG process works for anybody's personality. If you goofy, you can still use the process. If you the fucking dumb jock, you can still use the process. If you the fucking seductive player motherfucker, you can still use the process. If you the goofy motherfucker, you can still use the process. Because what you're trying to do is vibe with that particular chick. And if she likes your vibe, it doesn't matter the questions that you asking her. It doesn't matter. She's gonna talk longer. She's gonna stay in conversation longer. She basically what I call hooking the fucking set. You're hooking the chick. If you say something, literally, I can go to 10 bitches. 7 of them bitches cannot like the way that I'm talking, right? They can hear it in my voice. They like, oh, whatever. He just not my type. Whatever the fucking case is. I like to think of myself as more, I don't know what the fuck my vibe is. I think my vibe is just very, just, it is what it is. Like, I'm more of a to the fucking point type of guy when I'm talking to girls, because that's who the fuck I am when I'm dealing with girls. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like my vibe is like that. So the girls that resonate with that is gonna go through the process with me. The girls that don't resonate with that, they might be friendly to me. They might be nice to me. But when I start going through the process with them, they're gonna stop me. Trust me. Or they're gonna give me some half-ass number. Or they're gonna, even some girls will act like they have high interest all the way until giving you their number. And then when you get their number, they go ghost. Because her interest wasn't that fucking high, buddy. You feel where I'm coming from? The interest wasn't that fucking high. That's why I tell people the process is more important than anything else, because it forces the girl to show you her hand. The girls that have high interest in you, guess what? They listen to what the fuck you tell them to do. It's simple. If you was the guy, she liked your vibe, she liked the way you dress, she liked the way you smelled, she liked everything about you. Because you gotta understand, girls is picky as fuck. They have long ass lists about the guys that they fuck with. So the CLG process will work perfect for that girl, and you'll keep her in rotation forever because you stuck to the script. But what happens with most guys, they don't have a script, they don't have a process, they out there winging it, and they fucking up the bitches that would have been obsessed with them. By not moving things forward, by not moving to the beat of their own drum, by not making things happen, by not being selfish, by caring too goddamn much. All of that shit is what will actually fuck you up. All of that shit will fuck you up if you do not fucking do that with every single chick, no matter how many fucking rejections you get. Because basically, all you need is one at a fucking time to add to your rotation. You just looking for one at a fucking time. That's it. And before you know it, you fast forward 3 to 4 months and you just outside, you go to the grocery store, you see a cute chick, you put the process on her, you see another one, you put the process on her, you see another one. Before you know, you got a fucking 7-girl rotation and you can't even keep up with those 7. So now you become even more aggressive with the new bitches that you meet. It's like you get through the process quicker with them now. Now it's faster. Now it's more efficient. Now it's, you feel me? And the only and then some of the girls you're gonna have to replace out of your rotation because the next one too hot. It's hotter, so you rather spend more time with the hotter one, and then you start spending less time with the ones that's not as hot, and then they start dropping out your rotation like, you never see me no more. But they never really left your fucking rotation for real. You feel me? You can always fucking flip it by going right back through the text script and get their ass back on board. She can be mad at you for 3 fucking months. Month 4, she craving that fucking dick. She gonna fucking go through. So, I know I went on a little bit of rant on this one, but this one was needed because you guys got to understand that women are master fucking narcissists, master manipulators, master trickers, master subdeception. And this is why you guys need the CLG community to combat against this shit. Like, flat out, I'm being real with you guys. You guys need the CLG community to combat against this shit because you have to stay consistent because every one of these bitches are on some fucking demonic shit, for real. You're the one that has to stay consistent. You're the one that has to have your care turned down. You're the one that can't get affected. I don't give a fuck if 10 bitches rejected you. You can't get affected by that shit. You care too much. Oh my God, I got rejected by 10 bitches. Maybe I should switch something up. No, stick to the process, buddy. Stick to the process. Trust me. Number 11. See, number 11 would have went, but you went away from the process. You fucked it up with her. You went indirect. You wanted to stay in a conversation longer, even though this one was ready to suck your fucking dick. This one was ready to get nut in her mouth from the moment she fucking met you. What one girl's trash is another girl's treasure. Now, she like that with every guy? No. Hell no. She turned it, just how you got turned down by the motherfucking 9, that's how she turned out other guys that ain't got what you got. Right? Maybe she liked the little goofy boy. Maybe she liked the fucking surfer. But she needs the traits. You need to be a CLG guy to get her through the fucking process. And every guy, when they think about it, they like, fuck. Every girl that I did do something with, even though I only fuck once a year, I just was on, I actually just did the process naturally. So if you guys haven't done so already, tap into the CLG, bro. It's only $48 a month, less than $500 a year with a 20% discount. Tap in, bro. Tap in. You get a free one-on-one with me. Just DM me as soon as you jump in. And then you also get access to the Hard 30 for free as well. If you jump in before August 25th. So make sure you tap in. And with that being said, man, I'm out. Peace.